Welcome back. We are talking weather impacts, and we want to toss it over to meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees, Emmy-winning meteorologist. I feel like I got to give you and the Weather IQ team a shout out for the win today. Those Weather IQs, man, they're awesome.
Yeah, well, we love them, of course, but yes, Chris and I did win. Third win for Chris, second for myself. So we really are very proud of our Weather IQ series. Thanks, Vanessa. It's very sweet. If you guys are interested in checking it out, you can go over to our Weather IQ YouTube page. All of our stories live right there. Tonight, though, there's a lot to talk about. So honestly, I could probably do 5 Weather IQs just on today's forecast. We do have a lot of dense fog out there right now, a lot of warm and moist air coming in ahead of that storm system we're tracking heading into Sunday morning. Visibility right now is a mess. Now, it is most dense for areas south of Charlotte. You can see the Queen City coming in at about 1.5 miles, which is not good visibility. However, it's much, much denser as you go further south. For this reason, if you do live in Lancaster County, Chesterfield County, you might have gotten an alert to your phone if you have the WCNC Charlotte mobile app for a dense fog advisory. Yes, you're under one. That doesn't mean other parts of the area won't see fog. But remember, those 2 counties are technically under a different office from the National Weather Service. What we're tracking this evening, of course, is fog, lots of clouds, and you can see a few areas of light rain. But it's this storm system, though, actually impact parts of Middle Tennessee tonight, such as Nashville, over toward eventually Memphis, and then the Blue Ridge Mountains, of course, as we're tracking that cold front get closer to us. Light rain, again, very, very light. It's light, if not even drizzle, which are those tiny little rain droplets about 1/4 size, where you can barely see them on your windshield, but you can definitely tell that they're knocking you on the head because your hair very quickly starts to get wet. That's what we're tracking tonight. Tomorrow morning, it's heavier rain at times, especially as we get closer to these thunderstorms. Now, something else is going to be a little bit different is with that warm, moist air coming in from the south and west, which is helping to drive some of that fog, we're also going to see temperatures warm up. When we were with you at 6 o'clock, the temperature was 41. Now we're 43. While that doesn't seem like a difference, normally we cool off at night. We don't warm up, but this is because of all this warm air ahead of that cold front. So as we go toward midnight, we're in the mid-40s. Notice 6 o'clock, temperatures in Charlotte, 6 a.m. already in the lower 60s, and that's because of that warm southerly air ahead of this main system. Storms will start to move into parts of the mountains around 6. We're getting closer to the Charlotte metro between 7 and 9. 10 o'clock, most of the mess is wrapped up. So I would say your best chance to see storms across the entire region from the high country to the sandhills is 6 to 10 a.m. But we're going to trim it down if you live in the Charlotte metro to about 7 to 9. Again, most of the storms are out of here pretty quickly, and we will see sunshine in the afternoon, but temperatures are going to get cool very, very fast. And there will be some snow on the back end of the storm system late Sunday into Monday morning for areas in the mountains due to that northwest flow. So what do you want to do to prepare? What should you do to prepare? Well, trying to stay off the roadways if possible will be a must, especially between that 6 to 10 o'clock time frame. We have heavy rain, gusty winds, and we want folks to stay weather aware. But it's not just the storms coming in themselves. As they track off to the east, we're also going to be watching winds on the back end of the storms. These will provide wind gusts potentially up to 45, if not 55 miles per hour. Now, these winds will be tropical storm to severe thunderstorm force. Notice by 7 o'clock, we're tracking all of those gusty winds. The main wind of it starts to move to our east by 9 and 10. That's with the storms, but notice on the back end, we have more wind gusts lingering between 45 to 55 miles per hour. Again, substantial wind gusts, especially on top of the fact that our ground, especially in the mountains, is so wet because of previous rain earlier this week. That would allow for some downed trees and even down power lines to be possible. And after all of the mess, again, we saw earlier this week, especially for folks in the mountains, this will create some big impacts. After tomorrow, which there's a lot going on, we actually look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday morning, the chance for some winter weather. We'll talk a lot more about that, folks, as we get closer and closer to the event. But I'll tell you right now, it is not going to be straight snow. We're looking at likely a mix. So we're weather alert tomorrow for morning storms and the windy conditions. Nice days Monday, Tuesday, although cooler. And then there's that chance for some mixed sleet, snow, freezing rain all together Wednesday before we dry out slightly as we head into the end of the week and into the following weekend, where we finally start to warm up slightly above average.